Hello there, and how are you? My name is Mahindom Barak, and I welcome you to another Android Material UI Daily Challenge. Today we are going to create a form with a text area like this one. You can use this form to collect data from the users, for example, collecting feedback or collecting a message from the user. You can use such a form. It will allow the user to enter the name, and when you forecast, the label will go on top, and then we'll have a place where the user can enter their names, and the color will change to any color that you want. And also we'll have a place where the user can write a long message, as well as putting the phone number and the email if you want to. So we'll have here a done tick, like when the user is done, they just simply click on the done, and then they'll be able to send or submit the information. That is the form that you're going to create in this video. If you're ready, then let's do it. So in the very first place, we'll begin by opening our project. You know, it is a continuation project. So if this is your very first time, just download these values that you see here, and paste them in your project. Then you'll be able to get all our configurations. I'll put the links to where you can download these values from in the description. Okay, so with that much said, let's proceed. So we always organize our things in our in form of packages. For example, this is a form of text area, so I'm going to add it here in the text area. I mean in form package, and I'm going to add as a as text area form. So simply right click here on the form and then say new, and then I'll come and say activity, empty activity, and then I'll write the name, which is form text area. That's how I named it, but you can name it whatever you want, as long as you're following the conditions for naming my Android, or for Android naming, activity naming, or Java naming. Okay, so me have called it form text area, and then I'll simply click on finish, that I can be able to create this activity. So the activity is created, and we're having here the Java and the that have I done? I have to bring back this. Okay, so we're having here the code of Java, and we're having here the code of text area. So that's what we've got, and I hope you're now on the same level with us. If you're not, then you should pause the video and make sure that at least you can have the Java of the activity and the XML file of your activity. So I'll split here so that we can be able to start designing our project. And I'm going to collapse this so that we can have enough space to work with, and I'll close this one here. Okay, so with that much said, let's start the real work, the real designing. So you know, I always create these forms before, I mean this project before, so that I should not waste your time when I'm coding while you're watching. So in the very first place, you're going to change this main layout from linear layout, I mean from constraint layout to linear layout. Just simply select it all, and then write the word linear, and then see the word layout will come. Okay, and then after, you'll come here and make it orientation, and give it orientation. And we give it orientation of vertical. And then after giving it orientation vertical, then we're going to give it the background of 90 gray. Okay, gray with 90. So just simply come here and give background gray with 90. If this is your first video to watch, just simply download the colors that I put in, I mean the values that I've put in the description. Go to that link, download those values, then unzip them and copy and paste them here in your project where there is a space of resource here. You paste that folder, this folder of values, you paste it here, then you'll be able to get all the configuration that we are using. You know, this is a predefined color. You can as well hard code it, but for us we coded them all at once, and then we kept them there so that we can just be referencing them again and again. So you just all need to download those ones and then include them in your project like I've said, and then you'll be able to get any color that you want. So I've just simply make the background here to be 90, gray 90. Then after doing that, I've given it orientation vertical, and everything is match parent. I will go ahead and now start putting the this yellow thing, the up bar. Okay, so I'll just simply copy this and then come and paste it here. Okay, then make sure that you close it. So if you're writing the code, for example, if you had coding it, don't write the whole thing, just write only this class, just write the word app bar layout, and Android Studio will suggest for you everything. Just that's what all you need. That's all what you need. So I'll make the width to be match parent and the height to wrap content, and then I'll put the app bar itself within that here. So it is going to be the toolbar of Android X app compat toolbar of Android X app compat. All what you need is just write the word toolbar, and then Android Studio will suggest. But make sure that you select Android X, and then you give it an ID of toolbar, and then we also give it a start navigation inset of 0dp. So here press Alt and Enter so that you can console these ones, and pop-up theme of app compat layout. App compat light, and then you give it width of match parent and height of action bar size, and then you give it background of amber 500. We have already defined these colors. If you want them, just come and if you cannot get these colors, just simply write hard code this one, okay, or just paste the other values and everything will be done by automatically. Okay, so you have the theme with the dark action bar. This is the theme that we put. So that by doing that, just writing those simple lines, will have a beautiful design like this one. So we'll proceed to the next, which is going to be now the nested scroll view. Okay, so why do you put it into the nested scroll view? Because we want to give the user ability to scroll in case their screens of their mobile phones or their platforms are smaller. So I'll make sure that I'm out of app bar layout, and then come and paste here the nested scroll. Okay, you just simply write this last class nested scroll, and Android Studio will suggest the rest. So with match parent, height match parent, and clip padding false of and then the dimension is spacing large, and then you can put any dimension that you want, and then with using DPs, and then we have scroll bar, we disable them to none, and scrolling cache, we make it true so that it should be cacheable, and then you make the layout behavior to be a scrolling view behavior, and then we'll come and do it and close it at this point. Make sure that you remember to close it, otherwise if you don't close it, then your app will not run, and if it's run, it will be crashing when it tries to open that activity. So we'll go ahead and create this a linear layout where we're going to put the fields. Okay, so just simply copy this linear layout, and I come into the nested scroll and paste it, and then later I close it. It is having just a simply height of match parent and width of match parent and the orientation of vertical. So we start now putting these fields. Okay, so I'll just copy this text input layout within that, and I paste it here. Okay, and then I make sure that I close it. Okay, so at that point I'll come and now put the this app compat edit text. Okay, just write edit text app compat, and then it will suggest for you. So I'll have that, and then I'll come here and make the width be match parent, height wrap content, and then I give it the hint. You see this hint of name, and then I say text color to be white. Now I want this theme color to be what? To be edit text yellow. Okay, so if it's not in your project, you can as well define it right now, because I've already defined it before. So this is the theme color. You see, this is the theme color. So I'm going to show how to do it. You just write the edit text dot yellow, and then press Alt and Enter, and then press Alt and Enter, or you can just simply come here at styles, come to your values, and then come to styles here. Okay, so here in the style is where you can define things that you're going to use here in the styling. So I'm going to define the one that is going to appear here, so that when the user clicks on in the field, we should have that yellow thing when the user focuses on it. Okay, so that's how you can define it. So to define it, you need to go to styles, and then you define those rules. I'm going to show you. So it is here. I've called it edit text.yellow. You see, I've named it as edit text.yellow, and I give it a parent of app compat theme. And then after, I start putting the items. So here it's where you define the rules, and then you can say control normal. So at the normal, so when the field is normal, like the user has not selected anything, I make to be having the gray of 90. And when the user is activated or he's highlighting anything, that I'll give it the yellow color that is in our app bar, which is the amber 500 and amber 500. Okay, so if we come now back, you'll see the error has been fixed, and it is now okay. So it means that when the user will be forecasting, it will be doing as we wanted. So after doing that, after giving that in the styles, we'll proceed to the next one. Okay, the next one is going to be what? It's going to be, let me show you. It's going to be the text area itself, this one. Okay, so it is just the same thing, but I'm going to show you what we'll need just to make it a little bit wider. So I'll go back to our project. So after this first text input, I'll put the next one, and then I make sure that I do what? I close it. Okay, so this is nothing but text edit what? Text edit layout. So here we define a separate one called text area dark yellow. Okay, it's having margin parent, width of match parent, height of wrap content, and it's having the what? The text area, the style of text area dark yellow. So we are going to define it also, and it's having padding of spacing large. Okay, so that you can see some padding within it, and then it is having also the text color hint of gray 50. So that is where the text will appear, like the word message. So we'll go ahead and create this create this resource file. You just simply right click, press alt and press enter, say create drawable resource. It's going to be an XML file. Okay, it's going to be an XML file. So I'll just press alt and enter and say create a resource text area yellow, and then press enter again, and then we'll have this. Okay, so I'm going to paste here some pieces of code that you can have, that you have to call, that you may follow if you want to. So you see here is the one that will define the rules of how our layout should look like. Okay, so we simply write the word select. I wanted to collapse this guy. You simply write the word, you open the tab called select, and then this one automatically will come with, in fact, by 100, and then you start putting the items. You start putting the item. The first item is going to define the 100 state pressed. So pressed is like when the user is forecast in that field. So you define the rules that should be followed. So you put a layer list, and then you put items inside, which is bottom should be 2 dp, and the left should be 2 dp, and the right should be 2 dp, and the top should be 2 dp. That will be the the space around it. Okay, and then after you start putting another shape inside, which is going to be a rectangle, as you can see, and is having the stroke, which is the line of 2 dp, and then the amber color of yellow, of course. And then I'll have we want to make it transparent, but you may leave it even without making it transparent. Okay, you may leave it without making it transparent, but if you want to make it transparent, because this is just the same color, so if you want to make it transparent, you have to use this wait, transparent is not resolving. It is supposed to be something of Android Studio, but I don't know why it's not resolving. Transparent, I think, yeah, just give it transparent, even not writing the word color. Okay, just give it transparent. So that is mean that it will be transparent. Okay, so after you come and create, like when the user is focused on it, this is when they press, and here it is when they focus. Then you add some few rules, as you can see here. So you just simply pause the video and write them. So you can write even the type of of the color that should be made by the line. Okay, so you just pause the video, write this part. For now you may not even memorize them, but just will know what they will do. And then at this moment you pause the video again and write this part, and then lastly you write this very last part that you can see here. Okay, so by doing like that, then we'll have the other kind of rectangle that will have that will be placed in in the text area. And remember, this is nothing but a text, but an XML file. Okay, just simply click there and then click here. You'll see it is an XML file. Okay, so after doing that, it means that we have defined how our text area field should look like. Now if you come back, you can see that it's going to change right now. It's going to have yellow. Okay, so that is the text area around it. Then after, now we have to put the field itself now. Okay, the field itself, remember I've not put the field. Okay, we're just working on the outer one. So we want to put now the field itself, so I'll just simply copy this. I'm going to explain everything. Copy and then come back, and then I'll come back to this section and paste the code that I copied. I'm going to explain everything. Okay, this is just nothing but app compat edit text. It is having width of match parent and height of wrap content, and it's having background color of transparent. You see, it's having the color of transparent, and is having gravity of top, so that the text should be on top. And then it should have the hint of the word message. Already the hint we have already discussed about it. And it should have the so this was the hint color, right? In case you want to make the hint color to be separate, you can say change it from outside here. Then after, you give input of text multi-line, or input type. Make sure that you make it text multi-line, and then define the maximum number of text that you want to display at a moment, which is going to be 12. And then the number of lines is going to be 12. I mean the number of columns, or the number of lines, and the number of lines or the rows should be 12. And then the minimum, it should be 7. You can use your own dimensions. And then after, we add the text area of color white, as you can see. Then outside it, that's what we were doing in the previous one. And then we have the text edit of style color yellow, like the theme should be the yellow one when I'm clicking on it. So with that much done, we'll proceed to the remaining one, which is going to be the email. I hope you have understood here. If you cannot understand, just pause the video and look at my code slowly. So you can look at top here, you can look here in the middle, and then you can look at the south, at the bottom. So we proceed to the next one, which is going to be the phone number. It's going to be just exactly the same, only that I just duplicate it and then modify. So I'll paste there phone number. Okay, so I hope you can see, I hope you can do this, and I hope it is self-explanatory. I don't think that I need to explain again line by line. Just pause the video and try to understand this section by yourself, and then you should be able to have the phone number there. So why is it not displaying? Did we put the hint? Yeah, the hint is there. Then why it's not working? Okay, we'll see in the emulator when we run it. And then lastly, we put the email. You put the email. Okay, so it'll come on top and give the email section. Okay, so they are not displaying, but I think when we run it, we'll be able to do to display. So far that's what we can do. Okay, that's what we can do, and we should have something like this one. So right now I'm going to run it and we see what we've got, and then after looking at them, we'll come back and now put the logic of this done button and the back button. So I'll just simply come here and then go to the project, and then go to the to form main. Click there and go to the project, and then go to form, then main. form what? Form main. Where it? Oh yeah, it's here. Form, and then we go to what? To form main activity, which is this one, and then we'll duplicate this to what? I'm going to make this one to form text. What am I doing? Okay, form text area. Okay, so this is the spelling of area. Okay, so this is the what? This is where the user will be able to click and then open the text area. So I'll press just here and then go and put the button. So it's going to duplicate this one, and then we give this one we give it what? Oh, I mean on click here. I'll first change the text from text area. Okay, and then here we put it on click and change it to from text area, and then also on the back end we make sure that we start the right form, which is form text area. Okay, so I was having a wrong spelling here. Okay, so when the user will click on this one, it should be able to open the form text area. So let us run the project and see what we've got so far. So I've realized that sometimes this transparent, if it is plain, it can cause an error. Just simply add the word at Android color transparent. At Android color transparent. At Android color transparent, like this. Then let's run it again. So let's open forms and then form text area. It's going to wrong spell, is supposed to be E. So if I open it, you can see everything is beautiful, just like the way we did what? Just like the way we expected. Just like the way we expected. So after doing that, we'll go ahead and now I put this done button and the back button. Okay, so to do that, just simply come and then I will go to the back end, of course. I'm going to copy this code and explain them because I already write them. So I'll have to initialize the toolbar. You can look at the code that I used to initialize the toolbar. I always explain this code in every class, so this time I may leave it. It's a system code. Then I'll make sure that I call this method in the what? In the first on create method, like this. Okay, then I have to do what? To create a menu, which will put that done thing in a toolbar, in the app bar, in the toolbar. So this is our menu. We created it in the last class. Okay, so after adding the menu, we'll have to add a what? The listener that will listen to menu click, this one here. So I'll paste it here. You can pause the video and look at it. It's self-explanatory. Okay, so with that much said, I think now the project is ready. So I'll run it again. So we should go to forms and go to, oh sorry, not login form, and go to where text area. Okay, so you can see that we're having the done button here and the back button. When you click on back, it can go back, and then click on done, it can show toast that a message is done. Okay, so that's how you create such a form that you can use to implement different to collect different kind of data from the user, most especially the feedbacks. You can use a form like this one. I hope the video was helpful. If it was, please remember to like this video, and I